the SUV that wants to be a supercar and a butler. Imagine an SUV that can take you to a red carpet event in Beverly Hills, then the next day climb a muddy mountain trail like it's late for a workout. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's exactly the kind of personality the 2027 Range Rover Sport is bringing. This isn't just a normal luxury SUV update. This thing is basically saying, I want to look classy, go fast, and still act like the king of off-road. But here's the real question. Is the 2027 Range Rover Sport actually worth the hype in the USA market, or is it just another expensive luxury toy with fancy lights and a big price tag? Let's break it down, honestly, with a bit of fun along the way. First look, stylish, but now more aggressive. At first glance, the 2027 model doesn't completely reinvent the design because the current generation already looks very modern. Instead, this model is expected to be a facelift, meaning Range Rover is giving it a sharper suit rather than a full makeover. But trust me, the changes still matter. The front of the SUV is expected to look more aggressive. The headlights will likely have a new LED pattern that looks futuristic, almost like the SUV is staring at you like, move aside, I own this road. The front bumper will probably be redesigned with larger air intakes, giving it that sporty personality. From the side, it will still have that smooth and muscular Range Rover silhouette. That's something people love about this vehicle. It looks expensive even when it's parked. And at the back, expect updated taillights and possibly a more performance-focused exhaust design on the higher trims. The performance version, likely SV or SVR, could even have a center exit setup which instantly makes it look more like a sports machine rather than just a luxury family SUV. In simple words, this SUV will look like a businessman who secretly trains in the gym every day. Interior, luxury that almost feels like a private jet. Now let's talk about the inside, because this is where Range Rover usually flexes hard. The 2027 Range Rover Sport interior is expected to continue the brand's minimalist luxury design. That means fewer physical buttons and more digital controls, but done in a classy way. When you sit inside, you'll probably notice three main things immediately. First, the big curved infotainment screen. Second, premium materials everywhere. And third, the calm, quiet atmosphere. This SUV doesn't try to look flashy like some competitors. Instead, it gives you a clean and modern vibe. Leather, soft surfaces, aluminum trims, and ambient lighting will make the cabin feel like a luxury lounge on wheels. The seats are expected to be extremely comfortable, heated, ventilated, and probably massage-enabled in higher trims. So yes, long road trips in the USA will feel like business class travel. Rear passengers also get plenty of space, and if you choose a high-end version, the back seats may include advanced climate control, premium entertainment options, and even better sound insulation. Speaking of sound, Range Rover usually uses a high-end sound system that can make music feel like a concert inside the cabin. So if you love comfort, this SUV basically whispers, relax. Technology is another area where the 2027 model is expected to improve. Range Rover has been upgrading its infotainment system and driver assistance tech every year, so this version will likely come with a more refined system. That means faster response times, smoother graphics, and better connectivity. Expect features like wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, updated navigation system, digital driver display, over-the-air software updates, advanced voice controls, and yes, the SUV will also include the latest driver assistance features. These may include adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, traffic jam assist, and improved 360-degree cameras. Basically, the car helps you drive, but still lets you feel like the boss. One interesting thing about Range Rover vehicles is their off-road technology. Even though many owners never go off-road, the SUV is still extremely capable when needed. Terrain response modes automatically adjust suspension, traction, and power distribution depending on whether you're driving on sand, snow, mud, or rocks. So yeah, this luxury SUV secretly has adventure mode. Performance, where things get really interesting. Now let's talk about the fun part. The 2027 Range Rover Sport will likely offer multiple engine options in the USA market. That means you can choose how crazy you want your SUV to be. The base models will probably come with a 3.0-liter inline-six engine with mild hybrid technology. This setup is already used in current models and offers a good balance between performance and efficiency. Expect around 360 to 400 horsepower for these versions. For most people, that's already more than enough power. But let's be honest, some buyers want something wilder. That's where the V8 comes in. The higher trims are expected to feature a twin-turbocharged V8 producing around 530 horsepower or more. This engine can make the SUV accelerate shockingly fast for its size. And then comes the monster version, the SV or SVR performance model. This version could push over 600 horsepower, which is insane for a luxury SUV that can also drive off-road. Acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour might be around 3.5 seconds, which is sports car territory. Imagine a huge luxury SUV outrunning some sports cars at a traffic light. That's both hilarious and impressive. Driving experience: comfortable but still sporty. One thing Range Rover tries to do differently from many competitors is balance comfort with performance. Some SUVs focus too much on sportiness and become stiff. Others focus only on comfort and feel boring to drive. The Range Rover Sport tries to mix both. Thanks to advanced air suspension and adaptive dampers, the ride quality is expected to be very smooth on highways. Long road trips in the USA, like driving from Los Angeles to Las Vegas, will feel relaxed and quiet. But when you switch to sport mode, the SUV tightens up and becomes more responsive. Steering becomes sharper, acceleration feels stronger, and the suspension adjusts to handle curves better. So yes, it's basically two personalities in one car. Luxury cruiser by day, performance machine when you want it. Off-road ability: still a real Range Rover. Here's something interesting. Many luxury SUVs look tough, but actually hate dirt roads. Range Rover is different. Even the Sport model is still very capable off-road. With features like all-wheel drive, adjustable ride height, terrain response system, and off-road cameras, this SUV can go places where most luxury vehicles would say, nope. And that's one of the reasons people still respect the Range Rover name. It's not just about looks, it can actually do the job. Price: the wallet warning. Okay, now let's talk about the painful part: price. Luxury always comes with a cost, and Range Rover definitely knows that. The base model in the USA is expected to start somewhere around $85,000 or more. But let's be realistic, most buyers don't buy the base version. Once you start adding options, bigger engines, premium packages, and fancy upgrades, the price can easily cross $110,000. And the high-performance SV or SVR models? Those could go beyond $140,000 or even higher. So yes, this SUV is not cheap. It's more like, if you have money and style, welcome. If not, maybe keep watching YouTube reviews. The honest truth: pros and cons. Let's keep it real. What people will love: the design will be modern and aggressive. The interior will feel extremely luxurious. Performance options will be very powerful. Off-road capability remains excellent. Technology will be improved. What might worry buyers? Maintenance costs can be high. Reliability history of Range Rover is mixed. Fuel economy on V8 models won't be great. Price is definitely premium. So this SUV is amazing, but it's not perfect. Final verdict: should you be excited? Yes, but with realistic expectations. The 2027 Range Rover Sport is shaping up to be one of the most exciting luxury SUVs coming to the USA market. It combines style, speed, technology, and off-road capability in a way very few vehicles can. It's basically a luxury athlete. Not the cheapest, not the simplest, but definitely one of the most interesting SUVs you can buy. If you want something that looks classy, drives fast, and still feels powerful everywhere, this SUV will probably be high on your list. But if you want low maintenance and cheap ownership, this might not be the smartest choice. Still, one thing is clear. When the 2027 Range Rover Sport arrives in the USA, a lot of people will stop and look at it. And honestly, that's exactly what this SUV is designed to do.